Hey guys, it's Diana. Welcome back to my channel, and today is Thursday. It is Polynesian Cultural Center Day. It is morning. I have a few things that we have to do here. I have some stuff for work and just some things in general, finalizing the schedule for the next few days. But this afternoon we are going to Polynesian Cultural Center. We got the Ali'i Luau package, which means that we are going around the whole Polynesian Cultural Center, seeing all of the islands and seeing the villagers and the reenactments of everything. And we are going to a luau for dinner. And there is a fire show at night after that. So the whole thing, I think, goes from 12:45 to 9 p.m. So we're not going to be back here until around 10, meaning that I probably will not film an outro for this video, but I will try as hard as I can to film things throughout the day. It's been really hectic, and I know I haven't been doing a lot of filming. I haven't been doing as much as I had anticipated, but I've been taking a lot of pictures. So if I'm not able to film today as much, then I will insert pictures. But we're going with another couple that we're friends with. I think I mentioned them in a previous video. So with that, I'm gonna go, and the next time you see me, we will be at Polynesian Cultural Center.
Hands on our shoulders, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll do that first.
Yeah, I can definitely help that. And there's, like, in each island there will be a cultural presentation as well as a slide. So, I'm just going to double check the map.
So this is Samoa that we're in? So are these?
The island of Samoa. Does anyone know how to say the greeting word in Samoan? Do you know the greeting word?
No.
I know the dance, but I don't remember the...
I don't.
Talofa?
Yeah!
Talofa. Wow, I'm impressed, yeah. Talofa, so that's how you say hello here in the island of Samoa.
Yeah.
Huh.
And so the islands of Samoa were also named the happy people by one of the who came and visited the islands a couple hundred years ago, and he was living among them, and he just kind of saw the carefree way that they lived, and was able to, he called them the happy people of Samoa. And so Samoa is actually split into American Samoa as well as Western Samoa. So American is a state of America, the United States of America, and Western Samoa is its own independent state. So it's kind of split up in that way, which is kind of interesting. Not exactly sure the specific history on that.
The territory, correct? The territory.
The territory of the U.S. Yeah.
So it's not like an official state, but it is a territory of the U.S. here. And so there will be a cultural show in about 10 minutes. We are a bit early because as part of your tour, I'm just going to get you there a bit early so you can get some good seats.
Okay, cool.
Today, so you can come in here, pick any seats that you want, and after we can do some activities or depending what you want to do.
How long does it go?
It's about 15 to 20
Oh, okay. So are these structures around, are they like supposed to be replicas of what it's actually like on Samoa, or what it was like?
Yeah, what it was like.
Yeah,
so
what it was like. Yeah, I know it's more probably urbanized now than.
Yeah, for sure.
So these are the kind of houses they lived in.
Yeah. These structures are all ones that they lived in. If you'll see over here, this is kind of a traditional just dwelling hut, and the blinds that will come down that are just there for the weather, because in Samoa, and most of the islands except New Zealand, they just have like 2 seasons, hot and hotter.
Yeah.
Or the hot season and the rainy season.
Yeah.
So they have those open so that the wind can come through and shut when they need to take protection from the elements.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And up here on the roofs as well, this roofing is made from pandanus leaves, which is something that you see in all the islands except New Zealand as well. And it's just kind of acts as a little bit of a waterproofer. Just something you can put together to make sure that you don't get wet when you're
So what are you studying?
Pardon?
What are you studying?
I'm studying anthropology, so like the study of people and culture. So that's one reason that I work here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, aloha!
Aloha!
Welcome to Samoa. Here in Samoa, instead of aloha, we say talofa.
Talofa.
Ooh, let's try that again. Talofa.
Talofa.
Thank you. We are located 2,600 miles southwest of the Hawaiian Islands. That takes about 5.5 hours by plane. Very hot and humid in our islands, and that's why our huts are open like this. Take a look around. Across the field behind you, we have the Mauta Tofa, or the chief's hut. The next one, Fale Talimalo, or the guest house. Every family in Samoa have one of those, and it will always be left open for you. This big building, we call it the Falefono, is a meeting and the gathering place for the chiefs. Once a month, the chiefs will get together and discuss affairs of the village. We have the Faleo on that side, our family dwelling hut. That's where we sleep and eat, and during the day we use it as a workshop. Carving, weaving, tattooing, and so forth. And the smallest hut next to it is our kitchen, or we call it the Tu Noa. And you're going to learn more about that building during our main show coming up. Samoa is divided into two political governments. The eastern group of islands is a territory of the United States of America, known as American Samoa. The western group of islands is an independent state from the British in 1962. Even though we're separated, our language and our culture is still the same. And we're still ruled and governed by chiefs today. We have three types of chiefs. We have a high chief, a talking chief, and a high talking chief. Today we have our young man Mama come up and represent our talking chief and formally welcome you into our family. The wraparound is called a siapo, or the top of cloth made from the bark of the paper mulberry tree. Around his neck he wears the ula fala, a lei made from the seeds of the bandanas tree. Stringing together those seeds represent the unity amongst the council of the chiefs. On his shoulder is the foi, the swish of inspiration. He represents his knowledge and his wisdom of the culture and the genealogy of our people. He holds the toto on his right hand, the staff of leadership, the authority to speak on behalf of the chiefs. Here's Mama.
Okay, muai kale vai a fei, pau ka hule ka pupau me o ka fia mananto ka papa. Pa whakulo fo e o ko sama ko whainga, ulo lava. Okay, pa kalo whaku ko pa e mo ko malu, o lea sau mo fifia. Fia mai ma kalo mai ko au. Ua pa e lea sau, ti e lea tua ko muia se fua.
And everybody says, soy fua.
Soy fua.
Soy means good health to you, as our young man expresses gratitude for your being here today. Blessing this day that you're enjoying your visit with us, and when you return home, may the spirits of our people guide you home safely to be with your loved ones. How about a big hand for Hoga?
The house are placed according to their purposes. In the home, everybody has responsibilities. The chiefs have responsibilities, the mothers, the young women have responsibilities. The young men's role is responsibilities to provide. So it's the fishermen, which is 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old involved in fishing, raising animals, plant the food, cook the food, serve the food in the house. So in our homes, your grandparents, your parents, your sisters eat fish. And I tell you, I've been away from Samoa for a very long time. I go home every year. I see both sides of the Samoa, even out. It is the most beautiful part of our culture to see the young men serve the families with great respect. And we're taught, the people you serve today serve those who have gone before us. And now it's their turn to be served, and then one day in turn. And those who have gone before us are buried here where we live. And we believe they watched us serve the people that serve them. And it's only two things. There's a blessing and a curse. Those who serve, respectfully, God bless. Those who do not, this is a curse. I'm sure it's in the example of God. But today we want to just take you back to the plants. It's a plant-based culture. If there's no plant, there's no house, canoes, clothing, food, medicines. We can't be here without the plants, that's for sure. Most of the solution to all the problems is in plants. Growing in Samoa, I've seen people take their loved ones searching for help, health-wise. Down to Australia, New Zealand, they come back with nothing. They can't find any help to our home, and they get help from the food and plants, medicines. So let's take it back to a couple of trees. One tree here, versus one tree in Samoa, or all of all these, wherever the trees are in the world, we call it the Ali'i Luau, or the tree of life. There it is. Did you hear that? There's a sound of the tree dying and falling. You heard it or not, the tree fell near the sound. Give me the tree. So here it is. Coconut is a seed, and it germinates, becomes a little tree. Tree of life. We use everything. Look at the tree, use everything. And an entire house comes from the coconut tree. Tree has no season. What that means, when it starts to bear fruit, it won't stop. Every single leaf from down here gives at least 10 coconuts until the tree dies. That's like 150 to 1 leaves. Every leaf gives 10. And imagine 20, 30, 40, 50. I've seen trees with 50 of every leaf never ending until the tree dies. Did you know that? Oh, yeah, you know. And the more you know, you don't know. It's kind of confusing. You come to the island and realize coconut trees are empty. They cut all the coconuts out. If this falls on you, not your fault. This is America, it's somebody else's fault. In Samoa, your fault. Let's break it down for you. So the roots comes the medicines. The tree trunk is a solid piece of wood. It is long, it's straight, it's a beautiful grain. You can carve, you can build anything with it. You can also cut a small piece and use it as a weight to work out with. People ask us constantly, you guys work out? I say, we work out. You have no idea how we work. How ladies sit up. Look at the abs. Look at those abs. You don't see them, but they're in there. There's a couple of abs over there. There's 1.5 over there. These abs are free. Download the abs anytime. The leaf of the tree. I got a headband, coconut leaf. Made a bunch of stuff. This basket is a coconut leaf, the brand new one. See the front change at the time going up. We've got the whole roof is coconut leaf. Look at this roof. Coconut leaf. The blinds are coconut leaf. The mat you sleep on is coconut leaf. The tray you eat with is coconut leaf. The hat you wear is coconut leaf. The fan you fan with is coconut leaf. And the list goes on and on. Even the trees are cool. The best one? I'm going to show how much smoke I smoke. So take this. Take this off. Tray what you call, bring a whole bunch, becomes a blue it's sugar. It's also a sugar. So the toothpick. Toothpick up. You show the brush, you create here as a Q-tip. Is soft and safe for gravity. These are cute too. Look at this reference. Yours comes in a box, ready to go. I want you to start thinking outside of the box in case the box doesn't come in. Last year the box in Hawaii wasn't coming. You hear the chicken? Say, where's the fire? Come catch me if you can. That is a Q-tip. Every tree has a Q-tip. I hinted in the Q-tip too. But there's more. Toothpick goes in there, right in there. See that? You buy one, you get one free. And it's long enough to reach the other side. You see that one there? Create a comb. You tie a whole bunch, it becomes a broom. That broom cleans everything. It cleans outside, the cement, this what you call this carpet, the ceiling up there. Look at the windows. Have you noticed the windows of this house? You can't see them there. You hear the child screaming for his life, the broom. It's really funny to have those in front of the road. What's your how's the coconut? Different sizes, different colors. When they ripe, they turn brown like. Some of you are not right here. Some of you are never right. So how's the coconut? We use this. Yeah. Amazon don't carry this unless you go to the Amazon. We call it Malay. We say Malay.
Malay.
English sharks. Before we crack the coconut, you're going to know the husk of the coconut ripens. The husk dries up, you use raw cutting things. Before it ripens, take it to the ocean. What it does is soften the fibers, makes it Pine wood lasts a long time. When it's still green, when we go take it out, pound it, clean it up, there it is, dental floss. Hair replacement. Hair extension. If you look up, the house is tied with a rope that comes from the husk of the coconut. The rope has everything, the canoes, the weapons, in fact, all Polynesia, everything's tied with a rope that comes from the husk. Okay. Pull it out, everything, pull it out, clean yourself, wash the dishes, shower. You don't use the same one you shower with, do wash the dishes, that's disgusting. Don't wash other people, none of your business. Toilet paper became a big problem, it's freely organic, biodegradable, three-dimensional. Before you leave the islands, try it one time. It won't flush. When you're done, burn the effort. Alright, we're going to crack these in half. Very good. Coconut are available at the store, so go buy some coconut. Before you purchase any coconut, make sure the coconut you buy has a face. You've never seen this before. There it is. The coconut has a face. It has 2 eyes, a mouth, and a nose. Something you need to know. They will not ship the coconut with that. This is in Germany in the seed, so they'll shoot comes out of the mouth. They won't ship it to you. The mouth will not be there, but that's the mouth. 2 eyes. There's a line between the eyes, get across the line, crash in half. A hammer, a knife, we use up for it. This is where I do my cracking. But last year we got the metal, this year we got heavy metal, this year we're heading with the coconut. Everything you eat and drink and do, you don't have a choice, everything shows up. Look at this kid, look at the muscles, look at the ab. Absolutely. The pecs, the biceps, the triceps, the trapezius, the deltoid, the distal side, the external obliques, the gluten free. Have you heard of muscle memory? This is memory loss. This is how it's done. Squeeze the milk. Pure coconut milk. Look at that. We do this every day. See how it's done? How long can you go? It doesn't open. Give it up to the man. Give it up! Give it up! Alright, we're going to make 5. We're going to burn this place up. We're going to make 5. 5 comes from rubbing 2 pieces of wood. The 2 pieces from the same wood. Wild hibiscus. Low hibiscus. Hibiscus. This is the wild hibiscus. So we invite you 2 families. We're going to compete in Samoan. Again, the young man cooks the food, serve the food in the house. So we divide you. 1 family here, you're the Fa'i family, you're the Popo family. Say Popo. Fa'i. Fa'i. Popo. Po. Fa'i. Fa'i. Po. Fa'i. Po. Fa'i. Fa'i. Banana. Popo coconut. You go banana. You go banana. He is your chef. He is your chef. I'm a chief. What do you call a chief without an eye? A chef. Ready, Mark? Get set, go! Fa'i, po, come on! Look at this. Never, ever judge a man by the number of his abs. I'd rather have 1 big functional ab than a bunch of non-functional abs. Here's the milkman who's also my family. Smells good. Samoan organic free cologne. It's like oh, spicy. This is way older than spicy. If he doesn't smell it good, he doesn't cook. Don't waste your time. Don't go for the looks, go for this.
Put your hands together and clap. Everybody, come on. Clap those hands. Push them up. Take your time and hurry up. Keep clapping. Oh, there you go. Wow. Keep clapping, keep clapping. He is one of the best tree climbers. And here comes Cap. Cap is the bestest. 54 years old. Look at him. Now, we're going to have that young man on the top jump over to this tree. Can everybody say, "Oso"? Be careful.
Oh my God.
Hey family, are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, come on, are you ready? I say you can do it.
You can do it.
Are you crazy?
Sorry guys, not today. These are two left. Last week was windy. We lost 9 men. And it still smells over here. Rest in pieces. How about a big hand for our tree climbers?
One of the things that we also did really quick that I forgot to talk about is we wove fish out of coconut leaves. There was a class where you could do it. Obviously, it was included with the ticket. It was in Samoa, and we did it right after the show, and it was very difficult. Even with the woman, Josie, her instructions, we had difficulty, and part of it is because 3 out of 4 of us were visually impaired, but also because it was just hard. It was not easy. It was really, really cool. It was a really neat experience. We wove the fish out of coconut leaves, and then we attached it to a rod that was made out of like twine or woven coconut leaves or something. There's a picture up on screen of it as I'm talking.
Give them a round of applause. So just like with the taiaha, you also learned at young age as children, using different activities to strengthen your hand-eye coordination. This one activity here is called poiraka. So first, where we have a random person stand at the middle. I'll go first. We have a random person in the middle. And what happens is that we just chuck sticks at them from random directions like this. Up, 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 up. Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Hey. Up, up, up. Give a round of applause. Our next champion we have Alex. Wow. This is Alex. Hey. Up. Up. Hey. Hey. Our final warrior is the master himself. Everyone say Trey.
Hey.
Hiya. Up. Push. Up. Up. Hey. Up. Up. Eyes closed. Up. Up. Hey. Up. Hey. Give him a round of applause.
Gonna start growing out like down like this, and then they curve up.
Yeah.
But something fun about a banana tree is actually only does one harvest, and then they have to cut it down, and then it will grow like there's kind of little sprouts at the bottom that will grow another tree.
Our friends have multiple
Really?
in their yard, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Have you ever been able to pick bananas
Yes,
off
we
of them?
have. Yeah.
That's really cool.
And coconuts and mangoes.
Really? Oh my goodness. Wow.
How long
I've never
does it
been.
take for the bananas to grow out?
I don't exactly know. I think someone said one time the tree, like about 9 months for the tree to grow. I don't know how long for the bananas to become ripe. But like it's a pretty quick turnover in that way.
Cool.
There's some bamboo here as well.
Oh yeah.
So if you want pictures,
It's really neat.
or anything.
Look at how like long the leaves are. It reminds me of like a palm tree kind of.
They use this actually to cook in Tahiti. They make coconut bread, and so they wrap the coconut bread in
the leaves.
Yeah.
Very good, by the way.
Oh, have you had it? Do you remember it?
Once, yeah, I had it once.
Another cultural presentation here in Fiji, where they'll show some of their different stories, some of their different dances for us today, and explain a little bit more about their culture.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your musicians!
All right, family and friends. Aloha!
Aloha!
Wrong village.
Yeah.
Next door. In Fiji, we greet you by saying Bula Vinaka. Everyone say Bula Vinaka.
Bula Vinaka.
Bula Vinaka. Bula simply means hello, and Vinaka conveys a message of good day or good health be with you now and always.
Around 2500 BC, these islanders were suddenly replaced by a new branch of humanity. These newcomers intermittently stormed through the region, colonizing islands as they pushed east towards the rising sun. They were fierce warriors and great seafarers. They built and sailed on huge double-hull canoes that carried 200 to 300 people. They brought with them a new culture and a new language. A language rooted in the Austronesian language that evolved out of Southeast Asia and spoken today in Eastern Pacific Islands. They were a polytheistic society and built sacred temples of worship just like this one. The high priest has just offered prayers on behalf of the people and the chief, asking the gods to bless them with power and strength. Notice that the temple is highly elevated. The belief was that the taller the structure, the closer the communication with the ancestral gods. The gods have granted their chief and their people blessings. Standing before you today is a model of a high chief. He wears around his waist the liku voi voi, or the skirt made from dried pandanus leaves. Around his arms he wears the vesa, braided from the fibers of the coconut husk. Around his neck is the mother of pearl shell, and in his hands he wields the iwau, or war club, symbols of his power and strength. Our chief will now invite his people to join him in a dance depicting their arrival to this newfound land.
And a chicken just sailed this entire canoe. Yeah.
So with its sails, it can actually change direction without having to like go all the way around. So it's a special kind of canoe. And we showed you that one in New Zealand, so this is one of the other ones.
That's really cool. And this is the one in Moana is inspired by this. Obviously, it's not like the same exact. Yeah. That's so cool.
Alright, have fun, guys.
Enjoy, family. Welcome, welcome.
Never skip arm day.
No, you got him.
I genuinely thought that it was just the four of us. I didn't know that there was like.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're like, and we just send you off and hope you come back. Welcome back, family. It's definitely something that they're also known for is that's the romantic islands on Tahiti. One, because they do speak French as well, so it's kind of just a little bit more than
Yeah, it's part of French Polynesia.
Yeah. And one kind of fun tradition that they had when back traditionally is the boys when they were pursuing a girl. So like before you would start dating Dianna or Anthony with Terry, you would have to go and dive in the ocean for a black pearl.
Would you dive in the ocean for a black pearl for me?
It's too late now. It's too late now.
It's the thought that counts.
It's never too late.
We can take you to the ocean.
It's called Animal Crossing.
It's called Animal Crossing.
Yeah, so they would dive in the ocean for a black pearl, which like is really difficult, and then they have to present that pearl to the family, the father, and if they accepted it, then he could start courting her. If not, he had to dive again and get a different one.
Later on. First of all, we'll go through some safety protocols first. I know it sounds boring, but this is for your safety. First one, family, can everyone look to your right? Now to your left. If anything happens to your main engine back here, these two will be your two emergency exits.
Great.
Hopefully you won't get to use them, family, but if ever you do, kindly look below your seats. Below your seats you will find nothing. Here in PCC we don't believe in life jackets. Instead we believe in our family. So kindly greet the person beside you and say aloha life jacket.
Aloha life jacket.
If you do not know how to swim, just remember these two words that can help you. Stand up. The water is only 3 feet deep. Trust me, I've fallen in once. I island of Tahiti.
This is Tahiti?
In Tahiti, their greeting word is Yaurana. Can everyone say Yaurana?
Yaurana.
Yaurana. So family, we call them the romantic island because whenever a man proposes to a woman, he usually dives into the deep ocean and finds a black pearl. Once he finds this black pearl, family, he would present this to the female's parents and they would decide if they would approve. Most of the time they do, but sometimes the father would say, this pearl is too small for my daughter. And so the man has two options. First, he would dive back into the deep ocean and find a bigger black pearl, or second, find another girl. That is in Tahiti. The next island we're passing by, this one to your left-hand side, this is the island of Fiji. In Fiji, their greeting word is Bula Vinaka. Can everyone say Bula Vinaka?
Bula Vinaka.
Who said boom shakalaka? Quick question, family, who here watches Disney Channel? For those of you who do, is this canoe to your left familiar?
Moana.
Moana.
There we go, Moana. So around 7 or 6 years ago, Disney Channel visited this. Whenever a chief dies, they create a Moai statue to remember them. So you're basically looking at the graveyard. The red rocks on top of their head, they represent their hair. In Rapa Nui culture, they believe that the longer or bigger the hair the chief has, the more power and mana he possesses. If you're wondering what happened to the other chief who doesn't have a rock on top of his head, he's actually the wisest of them all because he got married. And so we all know where the power went. To your left, family, this is an actual size of a Moai statue. Of all the islands as well, Rapa Nui is the only island that can speak and understand Spanish. That's because they have been colonized by Chile. Who here speaks Spanish, family? We have some. And so their greeting word is hola.
Hola.
On your right hand side, family, this is the early mission home. If you want to learn how to play the ukulele, this is the place to be. They'll be teaching it to you for free. Just know that they close around 5:30, so try to plan ahead. But one thing I can teach you now that you visited the center, please don't be calling it ukulele. Say ukulele.
Ukulele. Good job.
To your left, you can see this hunting bird on the grass. Oh, so the last island we'll be passing by, this one to the one to your far left, that is the happy island of Samoa. In Samoa, their greeting word is talofa. Can everyone say talofa?
Talofa.
If you see the hut over to the back, the one that has dried coconuts around it, that is called the umukuka, or in English, the outdoor kitchen of Samoa.
Huh.
If you visited the outdoor kitchen or haven't, just know that in Samoa, it is the men that do the cooking. It is also the men that do the cleaning. Sounds like a good deal, right, ladies?
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to visit Samoa. So the men of Samoa do that because they believe in the statement, happy wife, happy life. If you ask me, I actually find it funny because most of my Samoan boys want to move to America. If you wear flower on your left ear, it means you are married, taken, or captured. When I first came to the island, I would see people wear flowers on both sides of their ears. I was so confused, so I asked my Samoan boss what it meant. He simply said they are married, but are looking for upgrades. So be very careful where you place your flowers, family. We don't want to be causing a lot of confusion. So we are now nearing the saddest part of the tour. I call it the end. So in front of you is the customer satisfaction bridge. If you didn't like the tour, family, or if you have any complaints, feel free to voice them out right now by standing
low
up.
Bridge. Really low bridge.
Guys, I don't want to get fired. Well, thank you for letting me talk behind your back and push you around. Thank you as well for visiting PCC family. Because of you, I'm able to work and pay off my tuition fee. I'm actually a student.
Okay, so we have huli huli chicken, sweet potato, teriyaki beef, steamed fish with sauce on it, and this lovely pineapple coconut drink inside of an actual pineapple. I can't remember if I said as much, but there is Kahlua pig on here as well. So this purple is taro bread.
Yeah.
And then the fruit that looks like a lychee is rambutan, right? Yeah? Okay, and the taro bread came with butter. Okay, this is a pineapple bar. It's basically like a lemon bar or lemon square. And this is hopia, like a hopia tart with something else in it. So I think it's like coconut flavored, right? Yeah? Yeah. So we finished dinner, and after dinner we have the Ha Breath of Life show, which we are not allowed to film in, but the luau was really good. The food was good. You liked the food? Yeah. Yeah, everybody liked the food. It was really good. They had a lot of options. Hey guys, as usual, I forgot to do an outro, but I just wanted to talk quickly about the rest of our night and in general about PCC. We had such an amazing time at Polynesian Cultural Center. Huge, huge, huge shout out to Talia, our tour guide. There was an issue with our tickets. The people at the information desk messed it up in how they were packaged together. So because of that, PCC was very, very, very generous in giving us a private tour guide for the duration of our stay there for the day, as opposed to us going with another group of people. And I just, there's so many things there to do and see. There's no way we could do all of it. So I definitely want to go back. Our tickets give us access for 3 days after our initial first day there to just the islands, not to the luau or the show, but to just the islands, and I think that's definitely worth it. Everybody for the most part who works there is a student at Brigham Young University, which is right there, and because they are students, working there is able to help them pay their tuition and provide back for their families. A lot of them are natives, like native Samoan, native Hawaiian. There were a lot of people there from New Zealand. Our tour guide Talia is from Canada, and she has family that is Indigenous Canadian. It's just like, I love that us simply being there is helping to provide them with better opportunities, furthering their education, and then being able to provide for their family back home. And honestly, Ha Breath of Life, their show, was astounding. The package that we got, we sat 3 rows from the stage, and the rows were like not spaced far apart front to back. So, you know, me, I'm visually impaired, so is my boyfriend, and so is one of the other people who was with us. We were able to see the performers in the costumes and the dances very well sitting that close, and because I sat in the aisle, the performers were using the aisles to run up and down and to do some of the parts of the show, so I was able to see them like very close running past me, and we could even feel the heat from the flames and like smell the kerosene that they were using for the fire. It was just such an amazing experience. I don't want to spoil it, but it does encompass all 6 of the islands featured at Polynesian Cultural Center. That's Samoa, Tonga, Tahiti, Hawaii, what is now New Zealand, I can't remember the name of, and Fiji. And like, honestly, if you get the chance to come here and go to Polynesian Cultural Center, definitely do the package with the Ha Breath of Life show. Or if you can't do it, you can get a DVD of it in the gift shop. It's just so great. I want to go back at some point, definitely. The food was okay, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't spectacular. There were some things there that I thought they were going to have that they didn't. I don't know if it's just a supply issue or what the deal was, but overall the day in general was 10 out of 10. We did so many things. We got to paddle a canoe. We got to ride in another canoe. It was just such a great time. Like, I really want to go back. When we got home, we just crashed, which is why I didn't film an outro until now. So with that, I'm gonna go, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.